Hello everyone, my name is Shreyas Vyas, Engineering Physics, third year, IIT Roorkee. So today I will be presenting my project which is titled as Ultrasound Signal Analysis for Flaw Detection in which we use signal processing and convolutional neural networks. So the main challenge of material inspection is, so what we know is the ultrasound testing or UT, or it is also known as non-destructive testing. It is nothing but it is used for identifying internal defects or flaws inside materials without actually damaging them, like without actually checking whether the materials have flaws or defects without actually opening them or damaging them. From outside only, we perform certain things, like um, we use signals, we transmit signals into the material, and using these signals we check whether there are internal flaws or defects inside this materials. That is known as ultrasound testing or non-destructive testing. So the traditional ultrasound testing, it still relies heavily on expert interpretation of complex signals. However, the manual inspection, that is the traditional inspection, it is very time consuming, it is subjective, and it is prone to human error, because of which we use machine learning and artificial intelligence. So we use convolutional neural networks where these algorithms can recognize patterns consistently and rapidly without any human error, and also without wasting time, without consuming much time. So understanding ultrasound testing. So we know that in ultrasound testing we use a transducer. This transducer, it sends high frequency signal, high frequency sound wave. It sends high frequency sound waves into the material, just like how it is shown here. This is the transducer. It sends this sound waves into this material, and these sound waves travel inside this material. Whenever inside this material there are any internal flaws or defects, so a portion of this sound waves, they get reflected back, and they get reflected back, and they fall back on the detector, whereas the remaining portion of the wave, they travel through the remaining part of the material. They travel further ahead. So these reflected signals, which are detected by the detector or the transducer, so these signals, they nothing but they constitute the ultrasound data which we actually use to train our model here. This Based on this ultrasound data, we can check whether the material has internal flaws or not. So just like how we have shown in the previous slide, so here this is the detector. So in this region of the material, there are no flaws. From this transducer, we send the sound waves into this material. While entering this material, so due to this is the pulse when this is the pulse when the sound wave enters the material. This one is represents that since there is no defect or flaw inside this region, so therefore there is nothing here. And once it hits this part of the material and gets reflected back, so this is the part of the pulse which represents the sound wave getting reflected back. Whereas when we do the same thing, when we do the same procedure in this part of the material which has flaw, when we pass the sound wave, initially this is the sound wave when the sound wave enters the material at this point, and when the sound waves hit this internal flaw or defect, these sound waves get deflected back. They get reflected back, and that is represented by this spike here, which was not present in the initial one. So this is the difference between two signals, ultrasound signals. That is, this is the ultrasound signal, that is a normal ultrasound signal, whereas this is the flawed ultrasound signal, which shows that there is a flaw or defect in the material at this point. So because of this ultrasound testing, we can actually get to know the size, location of the flaw or the defect inside the materials. Now, the motivation for this project. The main motivation for this project was the normal non-destructive testing. It is very slow. It requires expert knowledge and it can be inconsistent at times. The second reason is industries they demand faster and more consistent detection methods for quality assurance. So we cannot rely on the manual non-destructive training because it is very slow. The third is machine learning provides ability to automatically learn patterns from complex signal data. So, and the final one is convolutional neural networks. That is the CNNs. They have the capability to uncover hidden spatial temporal patterns that are often invisible to human eye. So, by combining all this ultrasound physics with machine learning based pattern recognition, this project aims to check whether a material has internal flaws or not. Then we get to the project objective. So the project objective is first the data acquisition. So first we collect the ultrasound signal data from testing equipments with both normal and flawed samples. Then we take this data and we pre-process these signals. That is, we normalize this data and we prepare these signals for neural network training. Then comes the CNN training part. We train a convolutional neural network to automatically detect and learn the presence of the defects or flaws inside the materials. And at last, the last objective of our project is classification. So we use we use the some unseen we give unseen ultrasound signal to the material after training it. So now our model it will actually classify this new ultrasound data, all the ultrasound signal as normal or flawed, whether it has internal defects or not. That is the classification part. That is the end part of our project. That is the end objective of a project. Then we are talking about the data set. So I provided the link, the GitHub repository link of this data set. So in this dataset, what do we have? So in this dataset, each sample is stored as a NumPy array with shape 256 into 256 into 100. So what 256 into 256 here represents? So the 256 into 256 is the grid. It is the spatial grid which represents the ultrasound frame. Whereas the 100, it shows signal evolution over time. 100, consider 100 as time stops. Whereas, so we have this shape here. So consider we have this material, this is the 3D material. Consider this phase of the material. Consider this phase as 256 by 256 grid. At each and every point in this 256 by 256 grid, at each and every coordinate, consider this is the z-axis that is which is into the material. At each and every coordinate, we pass the high frequency sound waves at each and every coordinate in the z-axis that is into the material. And the signal which we get back, we use that signal and analyze whether that signal is normal or flawed. That is whether in that coordinate, that is inside that coordinate, whether the region has internal flaws or internal flaws, defects, etc. So at that coordinate, the signal which we get back after analyzing, if that signal has flaws or defects, that signal is known as a normal signal. If it does not have flaws, that is known as normal signal. If it has flaws, that means if it has internal flaws or defects, that signal at that particular coordinate, that signal is known as flawed signal. So this is the classification for the this is the classification of the data. That is this is the main classification which our project does or the model does. Coming to data pre-processing pipeline, so we load the data using NumPy. We normalize the data. We scale all the data points between 0 and 1 so that all the data points are in the same range. Then we are using the data split of 90 to 10. That is, we use 90% of the data set, we use 90% of the signal or the 90% of the data set for training our model, and we use the rest 10% of our data set for testing the model whether it can classify the signals into normal and flawed signals. Data pre-processing pipeline, we have done with that. Now we are coming to why convolutional neural networks is being used here instead of normal traditional machine learning methods. So the main reason here, the normal machine learning methods, they rely heavily on manual feature engineering. They it it is like it is very time consuming. It is very time consuming. It requires domain experts to handle handcrafted features, and it struggles with complex spatial relationships, spatial temporal relationships. So because of this, this is where CNN has its advantages over traditional machine learning methods. Because CNN, because CNN has high efficiency in processing high dimensional data, making them ideal for analyzing ultrasound signals that contain both spatial and time varying information. Because of this feature, CNNs outperform the of classical algorithms for these applications detecting flaws in materials, etc. Coming to the CNN architecture design, it begins with a input tensor of 256 into 256 into 100 layer. Then this passes through several convolution and pooling layers which act as feature extractors. They identify localized patterns corresponding to reflections and defects. The output from this layer is then flattened into a one-dimensional vector which is fed into dense, fully connected layers responsible for classification. And the final layer, as mentioned, it uses a sigmoid activation function to output the probability between 0 and 1, which is classifies the input signal as normal or flawed. Now coming to training configuration and results. So we know that we use the data split of 90-10, that is we use 90% of our data for training the model and we use the rest 10% of our data for testing the model to classify the signal into normal or flawed. Along with this, we actually trained the CNN for 30 epochs, also using a batch size of 4. Now the model's performance was evaluated using 4 matrices, that is accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. After training our model, the network, that is after training our model actually achieved a training accuracy of 78% and a testing accuracy of 65%, which is considerably high. These metrics, they provide valuable insight into both correctness and consistency of detection. While So the key achievements of this project is this project achieved several notable outcomes. That is automated detection. The system eliminated the manual inspection and any likelihood of human error in flaw identification. Secondly, high considerable accuracy. The refined model achieved up to 65% of accuracy, demonstrating strong generalization to new unseen samples for classifying whether they are normal or flawed signals. The third is the real-time processing. The CNN processes ultrasound data extremely quickly, allowing near real-time analysis, which is very much crucial when we are using it for industrial applications. And the fourth being scalability. This developed framework is flexible and can be adapted to a variety of non-destructive testing applications across different materials and geometrics. The real-world application scenarios of this technology being this technology has like a wide ranging applications. First being in manufacturing industry, like it can be used to automatically detect internal cracks or flaws in metals and other components so that we make sure that the defective parts are filtered out before assembling in the manufacturing. They are also used in aerospace industries. Using the same technology, they are used to check whether the turbine blades, wings, or the other structural elements of the aerospace used in the aerospace industries, they whether they have any small defects or flaws inside them, which can lead to very huge failures in the future. So we can use this technology to prevent the things, and it is also used in medical field. Similar to CNN based ultrasound analysis, it can also identify tumors or tissue abnormalities. So that's why it is used in the medical fields. So these examples, they demonstrate that the core methodology of this project is not limited to one domain. It is a versatile signal analysis approach capable of enhancing reliability and safety across multiple industries. Before concluding this presentation, I would like to show my code for this project. So this is the code. So this is the GitHub repository which I have uploaded. So this is the data visualization. We can see here that we have four different signals of the four different colors with four different coordinates. So we initially learned that the 256 into 256 grid, in that at each and every coordinate at each and every coordinate we pass ultrasound signals. At each and every coordinate we pass ultrasound signals into the material, and from that what we get, that we analyze whether that signal is flawed or not. So here these are the coordinates, all these four different colors, these are the coordinates of those ultrasound signals which are sent inside the coordinates. And we can see that all these coordinates, like all these sounds, all these signals are flawed signals with different defects. Like defects, all these four signals have defects. Then this is the remaining part of the code. So here we can see that the code is being ran for 50 epochs, and each and every epoch we are seeing that the training accuracy is initially 56%, and it is increasing for each and every epoch, going to 60%, then 70%, and also to 80 to 85%. And finally we get to know that our test accuracy is this much. Well, there is still scope for more improvement in the test accuracy. So in order to improve our test accuracy in this part, what we can do is we can take a data set which has more data points compared to the data set I have used in this project. But unfortunately, I couldn't find any other data set which has more data points compared to the data set I have used. So this is the maximum test accuracy with the data set I could have achieved. So therefore, so that was my project. Thank you.